Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing great today and have been in that craft room crafting up a storm. I am working on my Butterflies in Blue journal. So I had seen a picture somewhere and now I can't remember where I saw it, but it was the way she layered some pockets and tags and I really liked it. So I was going to try to recreate it. And every time I do that, of course, I have, fun struggling. But it's a fun struggle, I enjoy the challenge. So there was a couple of redos here. I folded this piece correctly and I sewed it up, but then I didn't have a tag the right size for it. So I went ahead and used the other piece of music paper and sewed around it, and that was wide enough. The only thing I did wrong on this one, when I folded the flap down right there, I didn't leave like 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, and so it's going to make it a little hard to put my card or paper or whatever they want to put in there. I did go ahead and punch in a thumb notch, so that did help, but be sure to go ahead and leave yourself a space when you fold that top flap down. Don't fold it right up against the part that you fold up from the bottom, or in this case, the side. So I want to put a tag in the top. I believe the picture I saw, they had put a tag in the side there, so it can go either way. And I just decided to make it a little different instead of a flat out copy. So I went through, I was going to use this, and then I decided against it because it was a tag shape. And I was like, well, that's going to be too many tags. Let me look for something that is square. And I should have stuck with this. So I go for this piece, or something like it. We'll see in a second. And I ink it up and I sew around it. But then when I fold the flap over, it's covering the design, the tag, or in the opening. So I had to hurry up and unstick that and went back to this tag. So plan A went to plan B, went back to plan A. And here I'm just looking through some of my ephemera for the size that I needed. And this is a beautiful image. I'm sure I got it from Graphics Fairy. And I just was blown away from the image and didn't think through to the fact that it's too wide. You know, the tag is right there is like, what, 2.5, and this is maybe 3, something like that. So it was just too wide. But luckily I realized my mistake and was able to pull it back up before the glue had really set. Let's see. That just means I went around, was going to sew it. And so I want to insert another tag on the side there. So it's going to be like 2 side things and 1 on the top. But the one on the side is going to help hold the flap down. So that's why I thought whoever created this original setup, it was so neat. And I wish I can remember, so I can give my shout out to helping inspire me to create something. And this is where I realized, whoopsie, the flap's not going to close. So I was like, hurry up, Angel, rip it up before. And then, I'm going to cut away to, bleep out all the swearing. And no, I didn't swear much. And I just picked this tag. And I went ahead and got the other smaller tag ready. Like I said, I was able to lift it up in time before it really got stuck and tore up the page. But that's how I wanted it. I wanted it thin enough, narrow enough to fit so I can slide something in on the side when the flap's closed. And then here I was trying to decide, well, I've got the, that little yarn piece there. I don't really want to glue that down, so that's when I thought real quick, we'll just draw a line there. You know, I didn't need the top part glued down. I just needed a square so that the tag would fit in it. So that was real quick thinking on the fly. Yeah. So it was fun. It was fun. Like I said, I like the challenge, even though, you know, sometimes it's a struggle for me. But you're always able to do something with it. Now this little card here doesn't fit. And I'm almost think that this one came with the Butterflies in Blue kit, but I'm not positive because, like I said, I printed out so many different things. And of course now I can't remember what came with what. But I know that little tag there with the butterfly did come with it. But the tag with that, you know, that Edwardine or whatever lady, that did not come with the kit. That came with something else. So I just cut this back down to size, inked the edges, and here I'm realizing, you know, I folded the flap wrong, but I'm going to put a notch in. And it's not going in because I've got the thing held closed like a ninny. So I realized that, and I was like, okay, let it open. And I might go back and use a bigger punch just so that they have an easier time. And I may or may not try to refold that flap. I don't want to have too many creases and make it look funny. So I just have to practice to see whether or not it's going to be hard to open. Now, I don't think this tag came with the kit, but I think it was a Artie Mae's freebie on her website. I'm like 89% positive. So I'm just going to put an eyelid in and some fuzzy yarn and call that one a day. Because I had already sewed around the other ones, and you know, sometimes I don't want to sew around everything, and you know, just to break it up a little bit. But you can definitely do, you know, whatever you like. I'm sure she's sewed around everything. I don't remember. And see, I don't think that's eyelash yarn. It's just a fuzzy yarn that I would probably never crochet with. That would drive me nuts. So I bought it specifically for the ties there. So that page is coming together pretty good, but I feel like it needs a little bit of layering there on the bottom. And so I pull out some scraps to do a little mini collage. And even that changes a little bit from what I started with. So definitely you gotta roll with it. Oh. But this is fun, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time, you know. And you are going to make some boo-boos every now and then. But what do we say? There's no boo-boos, no mistakes. They're alterations. There we go. Alterations. I like to say plan B, plan C. And it is what it is, right? So give yourself all those pep talks. I was going to use a blue button, then I thought, well, that wouldn't stand out as much because everything else is blue. So I went with that tan button. And then I thought, well, that looks just stupid just laying on top of the ticket like that. So, of course, they had to change the layering around. And I liked it better that way. I'm just going to glue it down with my fabric tack. And even when I do that, it comes out a different position. So, and that's cheesecloth that I colored, in case anybody was wondering. I believe I used Lindy's sprays on that particular color. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this little setup, feel free to make it your own and copy. You know, that's what we're here for. We're here to inspire and to show you how we do things. And for me, especially to remember how I've done things. So I hope you enjoy watching. I hope you have a great day. And happy crafting. Bye-bye.